Howdy, everybody. It's Cheri. Happy Monday. I'm in the craft camper. I am in the craft camper. I hope you're all doing fabulous today. It's bright and sunny where I live. It's a beautiful day. It's a little chilly in the camper because it's been all closed up, but outside it's actually super warm because I know you want to know it's like 63 degrees. To me, that's super warm. I hope y'all are doing okay. I'm going to check one thing and then I'll say hi to all of you. And then we're going to get into making a hat today. So hold on. Un momento. I know that's not the proper way to say it, by the way. I don't know how to speak Spanish. Okay. Let's see. I want to see what this looks like in the CranKnit network. Like, I want to see, let me see if it's actually in the feed. I don't know that it is, but I want to check. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we have a new membership group. It's just a new community on the Circle platform. Hold on. Ooh, let me look at this really quick. Let me see. I think you have to just click the join virtual and it takes you to YouTube. I just wanted to double check. Sorry, guys. I have to watch that commercial. Those commercials are good. I'm sorry that you have to see them. So I think I just want to see if it was embedded, and I don't think that it is. It just pops you over to YouTube. Unless somebody's seeing something different. It's all new to me still, guys, and I'm still learning. So, yeah, we have 100 and like how many people in there now? Let me look. Let me look. Like 150 something, I think. If my computer will work. I'm going to shut it down because it's running really slow. But, yeah, it's not really. 158. Yay. Yay. Okay, I'll talk about it here more in a second. I'm going to get out of here because I don't want to be eating up my internet juice. All right, guys. So how are y'all doing? Okay. Let's see who else here. We have lots of people here today. Nikita. Hello, Nitzy. How are you? Nikita's in the house. Good evening. We have Kim Matheson from Poughkeepsie, New York. How are you, Kim? Kathy Williams. Oh, click the. Oh, yeah. See, okay, there. Kathy asked a question about the live. I think you just click the join it and it pops you into like the YouTubes where you're already at. But at least what's nice, I have to say about the event, is it's a reminder. Like once you put it in there, you can put it in your calendar. It'll remind you. And then we're going to do, speaking of that, I already scheduled for the 15th and the 19th. The 15th is a Wednesday, I believe, if I did my calendar right. We're going to do a crank and chat, but we're not going to do it on Zoom. We're going to do it in our new network. We can do a live in there, but it's limited to 30 people. So, and I don't think we've ever had 30 people on that Zoom live. So we're going to test it out this month. So if you're not in there, if you're not in the new, I'm going to put this up there. If you're not, I lost all my stuff. There we go. Get in there. You have to go to hoopandhome.com/CranKnit network. In CranKnit, the way that I spell it is CRANKNIT, not two Ks, but just one K. But I'll leave that up there. But you need to go there and then you fill that out and then it sends you an invite. It takes a little bit and then you can like fill out your stuff to get into it. I realize I've had some people in the Facebook group that are like, I can't do anymore. I can't do any more apps. I can't do any more groups. And I totally get it. The main reason I wanted to do this is because for me, it's easier to manage. Like I'm seeing stuff way more than I did in the group. I'm able to communicate better. And I think that we can pool our knowledge to make some better resources for all of us. I just think I don't know, we can get to know each other a little bit better in that way that Facebook doesn't allow. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right now, 158 people are in there and I'm super excited. And we're going to do a giveaway on Thursday, 3 p.m. in the new network. Wendy so graciously donated a brand new Centro knitting machine to give away. But the only way that you can win it is to join the new network. You have to be in there. Like you have to get in there so that you can win it. And we're going to do that in there on Thursday at 3 p.m. I'll talk about it again on Thursday during my coffee and chat. But if you want to win, you have to be in. Okay. So there's that. Let's see who else is with us. I'm like choking on my coffee. I think I could choke on air. Nairo, yay! Hello to you. How are you doing, friend? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for helping out, Nair. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I love you. I love you. Oh, I saw your new tags. Those are thebomb.com. I have not looked. I saw your short on YouTube. Those are cute. She had these new embroidered tags. Are those new, something new that you're doing? Because those are adorable. Kind of liking them. Kind of liking them. Gotta say, I like them. I like them. Hello, Rachel Gray. How are you? I love that. I don't know if it was Premier Yarn or whatever you used, that purplish color yarn. Oh, that was a pretty hat. Pretty hat. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Hello to you. We have Linda. Good morning. Oh, my trip was good. It was so good. I talked about it on Thursday. I don't know if you were with us. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. It was nice to be able to have the whole family together. It was fun for the kids to be together and, do all their shenanigans that older children do now. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. It was nice to see my mother-in-law. I haven't seen her since last October, and yeah, it was sweet. It was sweet, 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 sweet. And I've been like reminiscing all week, like looking at my husband too. We found I can't talk. Oh my gosh, words are hard. Found old pictures, which are not pictures but digitals, because we have no printed pictures anywhere in our lives. Nope. Since we've been together, very few, which I think about that a lot. I don't know. I know this is a little off topic of crank knit, like, or knitting or crochet, but have you, any of you done like the books, like where you can send the photos to the books and put books together? I've thought about that. But then I'm like, we don't have a lot of space, and then the books, but I would like, I don't know. I worry about losing them. I worry about losing all the photos. But anyways, we've been like reminiscing. And then I had a memory pop up. If y'all want to see, I think it might just be friends only, but a lot of times I do all my Facebook stuff public. So if you want to stalk me, you totally can. But I shared a picture of my kids. It wasn't all of them. Haley wasn't included, but I know I'm not supposed to like share all the things. I don't care. Whatever. You guys are cool. You better be anyway. But we had stayed at a place in Michigan for vacations when we lived in Indiana. And y'all have to, like, I should share it, because the picture of the kids are just so adorable because they're so little. But then the picture of me, I'm like, whoa, that was me. Whoa. Yeah. And if you guys would see it, you know what I'm talking about, because I don't look the same anymore. Not really. Not really. Still the same person, but I do not look the same. All right. So now you're like, what's different about her? You'll have to like research and find out. You'll have to research. Yeah, but anyways, Linda, it was a fabulous trip. It was nice. We ended up going, my youngest son and I went a little late because he had a fever. But yeah, we ended up getting there. Debbie, how are you? Debbie. I have to give a shout out to, let me do this too. I want to give a shout out before I forget. Guys, I talked about this last Thursday. The GoFundMe for my Kenya peoples. Christine, oh gosh, she's such a trooper. She's like, I don't know, guys. I don't know how some people do it. I don't know how she does it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, someone that I connected with about the knitting machines, like, I don't know, back in December. No, it was before that. Gosh, how long ago has it been? It's been quite a while. She inquired about them, and then we started talking, and I was able to get some machines sent to Kenya, and they've got them now. And I've been kind of trying to help as much as I can, but I set up a GoFundMe for their group that she spearheads. It's called I Am Community. If you're in the CranKnit network, there is a link on the left-hand side of the, like, well, it wouldn't be if you're on the app. On the app, I don't know where it's at. I don't know, guys. I'll have to look that up. But if you're on the computer, it's on the left. There's a link there somewhere for a GoFundMe that I set up for them. And I just want to thank Debbie and Sue and Dorothy and Wendy and Molly, because they've all given to it. And you guys, you don't even realize how much it's going to change some lives. Like some kids are going to get to go to school that would have never. And what does that mean for them? Keeps them off the streets. And Christine is helping in some pretty tough situations. It's the slums of Kenya, and she's trying to give hope and teach for independence for some of these single moms and then their children. But some of these single moms' kids are going to get to go to school, and they would have never had that ability if it wouldn't have been for you ladies who have given this money. So if you have even just it goes a long way. Like, our dollar goes a long way. So if that's something that's on your heart, I'm not telling you have to, but if it's on your heart, please check that out or contact me. I'll be happy to share the link with you. It's just something that I've just kind of, been, yeah, I don't know, but it's important to me. And if that's anything you want to look at, I would love it if you check it out. I'd love it if you check it out. So anyway, I wanted to mention that. I wanted to thank those ladies for being so freaking awesome. Awesome. Like, you made me, like, every time I got the notification and I'm like, no joke, I'm like crying about it because I wasn't sure how it was all going to go. And yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys are rock stars for sure. And your support is just like unwavering. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Wendy? You know what I mean? I thank you all. I thank you all for what you're doing, for supporting. You know, I just really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Cheryl Wilkins is here. Hello, Cheryl Wilkins. How are you? We have Cheryl Velez. You should get your stuff. It's you. I believe it's you. It's got to be you. Oh, vertigo. Ooh, I hate that. My husband used to suffer from that. Cheryl, I think it's you that I sent the stuff to you. I believe it finally went out. So hopefully you get your box. It's a box, not an envelope. So, okay. Tina, Tina, did you get your stuff? Because it was like hung up in customs. I don't know if you ever got it. I got to check on that. Shar from Seattle. I missed you too. How are you doing? How are you? How is it in your neck of the woods over? I don't know. Lost my direction. We have Irene is here. Hello. There was a lot of hiccups. Oh, okay. Nitzy said, just posted via the Circle app. It wasn't that easy. There was a lot of hiccups and I posted it twice. All right. I'll have to check that out, Nikita. We'll have to see. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Oh, you can't. Is it something that you didn't want, Nairo? Because I can, like, let me know. I don't. Alan, how are you? Happy Monday to you. Margot's here. Cheryl's here. Wendy's here. Elise, there is an app. It's web-based or there's an app. You can do either or. It's not the same. It's a little different. Like, see, from my end, I don't know what you guys see. Like, I go into my husband's. I can kind of see it, but there is an app if you want to use the app. And it's kind of handy. There's some things about it I'm like, meh, I could take it or leave it. But yeah, I'm going to look real quick. I want to look and see if I can figure out what Naira's talking about, if I can get my computer to go on. Shar says, okay, well, let's see. Who else is here? Okay, Elise is here. Sarah's here. I can't watch X. Another one I can't watch. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. Oh, where'd I get the t-shirt? My kids got it for me. I think they got it on Amazon. Char, I think they did. I'll show everybody here. I'll hold it so you can read it here. See, it says, I only buy yarn when it's, what does it say? When I need it for a project, or because it's on sale, or because it's pretty, or because I want it. So yeah, it was cute. They got it for me because they know me, and absolutely that's the truth. Hello, Judith. How are you? Oh, Sarah, have a good day. Have a good day, Sarah. Facebook grows way too fast. Yeah. Oh gosh, it's doing the squishy thing for me. So I cannot see. We have Marta's Yarns and Crafts. Hello to you. Rhonda in Tallahassee, Oklahoma. Elise, if it's not an app or only just a website, I think you should make an app for it. There is an app. Actually, they wanted me to do like my own app. And I'm like, you don't want to do that because it's going to cost me a lot of money. Because I want it to be free. And yeah, I'm going to get in here. But yeah, it is nice because there is a Circle app and then you just log into our network. So, and then once you're in, you're in like Flynn. Oh, I see now. I see, Nitty. I like the little baby Yoda head. That's very cute. That's very cute. Very cute. But I don't see what. Oh, look. Oh, that's so cool. Oh. All right. Well, okay. I think I was gonna say to Nairo, if you want to get rid of something, I think you can click on the three dots, but you have to do it on your desktop. I don't know how to do it on the app yet, guys. I'm still learning. It's all new to me. So I'm no expert. I'm not gonna lie. I'm no expert. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my machine down. So this weekend, hopefully y'all have had a good weekend. Kim says, love the pillow that you're using. Oh yeah, I like it too. And I have some news about that, but I'll talk about it on Thursday. I like it too. I was crocheting this morning, working on my blanket again. That was what was in the video. I'm behind. I'm so far behind on my temperature blanket. But anyways, let me grab my machine. I'll start clamping it down, and then while I'm chatting, so that I'm not, because I could chat all day long, and that's not what I can do, even though I want to. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, the pillow. So I was using it this morning. I really do like it. Although somebody's like, you are not sitting the proper way in the video. I'm like, yeah, probably not. I sit poorly. I have very bad posture. You know what? I think I'm going to do both sides here this time. Good afternoon, Roseanne. How are you? But yeah, I like it. And it wasn't, I'd seen it before. I will tell you, it's different from the nursing pillow a bit, that it's thicker. So it's a little more, because I was just at my daughter's and holding Astrid, you know, like with the nursing pillow. It is a little bit different than the Boppy. So it's a little thicker, which is nice because get your arms up higher. I think it almost would work better for nursing than the Boppy. I was a big Boppy proponent though for nursing. You got to have a nursing pillow. So it's funny, you see it and immediately that's what I thought too. I know lots of people said that, but I thought it too. Shar says it's sunny in Seattle. Irene, I do books for all trips. Easy get. They are on special books. Working on massive. Oh, here. Nairo says I'm working on massive bag and keychain embroidery tags, and that was intro to it. Oh, I think that I like it, and they're really cool. Oh, the books. Okay, that's what Irene says. Working on books on all. Okay, got you. Going back to my book thing. Debbie says I got a photo book given to me from my 50th birthday party. I love it. I don't have any photos either. Yeah, I hate the fact that I can't. We have all of our stuff, you know, between my husband and I, all the years of, you know, some of it's in the cloud for when I have my iPhones, but before that I have it on like a couple different hard drives. Yeah. Yes. So, yeah. And Wendy, yes, that's how much. $320 has been donated so far for the group. And that's just from you 5 ladies. And I just really, you guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome. And it is, honestly, guys, it makes a huge difference. Like it's flooring to me to like how much difference we can make. I mean, $5 can make a huge difference for someone there. Like it can feed kids, you know? So I don't know. It just makes me think about like when, like I think about how I feed my animals and they all have Royal Canin. And if you guys know anything about dog food or cat food, I think about how much I spend a month on the Royal Canin food. And there's times I will tell you that I think it kind of like I get the uneasiness in my gut because I'm like, you know, my animals, like, I don't know. And there's people that are hungry, these little kids. And I just have a hard time. I have a little bit of a time about it. But anyways, let me get the little camera going down. And then, thank you, Wendy, for sharing. Thank you, Shar, for the prayers. Really, that, as Christine would say, for some things there that they're facing, they need a miracle. And I'm a believer, and prayer works, guys. So they are definitely, you know, if you can do that, that's huge. That's worth, yes, that's worth a lot. So if that's something you can do, thank you, Shar. I can't talk, guys. I just can't talk today. Okay, let me do this. Let me go. Nope, not that one. Let me do this one, and then we'll go here. I think that works. I think you can see my machine. You can see my little Post-it note. I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. That's on my note. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Did you guys see the Will It Crank? I did go to Hobby Lobby this weekend because I had to buy yarn for I was testing. Ashley Inspired Designs has a new crochet pattern coming out that is adorable, and I had to go get yarn for it, and it was like you know, like the stuffy yarn, like the chenille yarn stuff. And I went to Hobby Lobby and got some Cozy Occasions, I think it was. But I realized in testing her pattern how absolutely a newbie and inexperienced I am when it comes to crochet. The fact that the thing turns out like it's supposed to and it looks like it's supposed to when I'm all done, I think is a miracle, because I sometimes like, yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still very much learning. I think I'm kind of thinking I might like working with cotton, like when I'm crocheting the amigurumi better than the big fluffy yarn. I like being able to see what I'm doing. And I feel like I can't, you have to feel it. And a lot of times I question, is this the hole that I'm supposed to be in? Is this the front loop? Is this the back loop? I do not know these things. So I'm just going to guess and hopefully it comes out okay. But in the end, it actually turned out all right. So you guys will have to stay tuned. Hly Inspired Designs has an awesome new amigurumi coming out and I needed a little bit of a change of pace, because I'm a little, guys, I'm a little like, my creativity is a little dry at the moment. So it was nice to do another project. Like, I should have been focusing on stuff that I need to put out on the channel and stuff, but it was nice just to focus on making something. So let's see. Debbie says she is having alpaca sheared Thursday, so we'll be having fleece to work with soon. Oh, that's exciting, Debbie. That is exciting. And alpaca is beautiful. It'll be beautiful, I'm sure. Peggy, I'm so glad you're here too. Stacy's here from Indianapolis. Hello, Stacy. Cheryl, yes, you should be getting it any day. Haven't seen anything yet, but I haven't looked for a few days. I'll check on that, Tina, because it was stuck in customs. Ugh. That's the only thing shipping internationally, guys. I don't know. It's very, 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 very frustrating. Shar says she's still working. Oh, yeah, working at Kroger, and it's been crazy. I get it. Hello, Natalie in Eastern Washington. How are you? Alex is sorry. I speak Spanish. Can the tensioner be sent to Peru? I don't know. Like, are you talking about the ultimate tension guide, Alex? I don't know if Peru is one of the countries for them. You would have to go to, I can do this though. Look, Sandy she's not with me today and I can feel the pain because she usually does all this, but I can do this. Hold on. You have to go here. Right there. Southpaw Fiber Arts, and maybe ask them. And they would be able to help you, because Shauna is absolutely wonderful and she will totally help you. I know she will. So yeah. So check Southpaw Fiber Arts out. But I don't know. I'm not sure where all she's shipping to. I am not sure. Thank you, Nairo, for that. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so this is the yarn that I used for the Willow Crank for Sunday. Guys, I love this yarn. Oh, I will tell you, Lion Brand sent me my package because I am an affiliate for Lion Brand, and I'm doing some videos in conjunction with them sending me this yarn, which is so fabulous. I can't even believe it, but I got it. And I wasn't so sure in the package. I'm like, it's just like dark forest green. It's like when I got it out, I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. It's so nice. It's very soft. So we're going to make, I wound, which I do. You guys will be so proud of me. Look at what I did. I pre-wound what was left from my last skein. And then I made a cake of the other skein that I had. So I'm going to use up what's left over here. I did like 135. I did 135 on this hat. We'll see how it cranks out for my tension. I know I did have a lot of questions. I've had several questions about how many rows for a hat. I don't know if you can see. Let me do this so you can see more of what I'm doing here. I don't know if this bag is going to fall. I've just been stuffing. I need to clean, guys. I need to clean. Anybody else like getting buried in their craft space? Because I'm getting buried. All right, let me get to where we need to be, and then we'll start cranking. But I think someone asked about yarn, the best yarn to use. And that's such a tough question because I have lots of favorites. But this now is one I like this a lot. This seems a little thinner than a 4. I would say it's a light 4, where like Heartland yarn is, I don't know. Let me look. I don't think I want to do a heavy tension on this either. Let me see if I have some Heartland over here. Hold on. I do. See, here's some Heartland, and see the difference, guys. Okay. Let me hold up strand for strand. I love Heartland. It's probably, I always say it's like my favorite beginner, like when you're starting to use the machines. But you can see the difference. This is a 4 and this is a 4, but this is a much thinner 4. So we'll see how it cranks out on this machine. On my Centro loved it. It loved it. So I think this one should do just the same. Make sure. We'll see if I want that. I think I'm going to do that right there. And since I'm using Shauna's tension guide, you can see it there, the little bobbly one. That's what I call it. And since I pre-wound my cakes, I really shouldn't have to hold it too much here. Yeah, it goes so well. It's so smooth. It's so smooth. Let me get that out of the way. But a soft acrylic is what you want. Something that has some squish to it. Because otherwise, if it doesn't have squish, sometimes the machine gets gets to where it doesn't like it. But if it's thick too, it'll have an issue with it as well. This definitely goes through like a 3 though, instead of a 4 for sure. And the colors, like if you need base colors, like basic colors, they have like 18 colors. So I think I'm going to order that mini pack that I talked about. And the Will It Crank, they have like the samples of them. I don't know how many yards you get though, but it'd be fun to do a project and use like all the different colors. It almost looks like forest green, but it's not forest green. It's a little bit more like a blue green. I don't know if you can see that. It still looks forest green to me on the camera, but it's not. Let's see. What did Elise say here? Everyone getting buried in crafts. I am with laundry. I have 3 days with no water and one of the main pipes burst. So no one in Hastings. Oh, that's awful. That's not good. Oh, that's the worst. Not having water too. That's the worst. That's the worst. The worst. Hello to you. I cannot say your name, but thank you for being here. Thank you, Nikita, for sharing Shauna's link too over on the Facebook. I appreciate that. Char says we did some spring cleaning last weekend, found some brand new yarn. I forgot about bonus yarn. I know I have lots of skeins of that. I need to go. My next, like I have a few projects I have to get done. One of them is I got to shoot another sponsored video, going back and forth. I'm not sure how I feel about doing those, to be frank. I've got one coming up. Y'all have to give me some feedback. But it's a way to support the channel. So it's, some of the stuff is just, I'm not getting paid for it. I'm just getting some goods. But this next one I have coming up, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I like doing it, not gonna lie, but we'll see. I get like freaked out a little bit, guys. I get like anxiety, a little anxiety. It's different when I'm doing stuff for myself. But any of you who are crocheters, I wanted to, yeah, thank you, Nairo, for helping Alex. Do any of you do amigurumi with the, like the Parfait Chunky or the Sweet Snuggles or, any of those types of, or Bernat baby stuff blanket? I think these were made. I think when I did these monkeys, these were H. Lee inspired designs too. And I know, guys, I know they're a little wonky looking, but this one's a little wonky. This was the first one I did, I think. This type of yarn, it's not easy to work with. It's like it's kind of hard. It's a little hard to work with. And I was so afraid because I think Shauna was the one that said on the last Zoom, she's like, I choke yarn. And I'm like, you know what? I do that as well. But you got to be so careful with that yarn that I didn't want to get like all the way through my project, because it's a continuous project, and have it snap. What do you do if it snaps? I don't know, but I kept thinking about it. I was having like, you know, thoughts. Like, what am I going to do if I break this yarn? Elise says, I've used the Chunky Before paint box brand. What do you think of it? See, it might just be because I'm so new at crochet that I feel like it's hard to see what you're doing. You can feel it. And I watch the ladies and gents on TikTok just busting out all the amigurumi with that fluffy yarn. And I'm like, I don't know how they can, practice, right? Elise says, I use that brand for literally everything I do. Chunky by Before paint box brand. Is it paint box? It's paint box. I need to look that yarn up, Elise. I want to look at it. It's cheap as well. Very good starter yarn, I think. I'll have to look it up. Now we'll have to tie in my other cake here in just a minute. But I think my thing is, once if it's really small, when I'm crocheting with that, I have a hard time knowing where my stitches are. And I think it's probably because it's too tight. Like my tension is too tight. But as it gets bigger, I can see like where my stitches are. So it's easier for me to know, but keeping my counts and knowing like where I still struggle with that sometimes, not going to lie. Hello, Megan. How are you? Pumpkin Bee Creations. How are you doing? Oh yeah, Lovecrafts. Okay, I've been on their site. Not sure if it's universal as I'm in the UK. I think they ship to the US. I think they do. They have all kinds of stuff, don't they? I think they do. Shipping's probably not inexpensive, but yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that would be really good. I'll have to check it out. I'm doing it a little tight here, but it's all right. Machine's kind of loud. My machine's getting louder, guys. But it's doing okay. Whoa, we almost lost it. There we go. I got to tie in the next one. That's a little tiny tail. Little tiny. I could move it over. I'll leave it there. It's enough. I'm glad I caught it because, you know, I'm guilty of like just cranking it right off. Let me do this. Let me go like that. And I just split one here. I'm going to try to tuck that back underneath there. We are going to get it. I think I actually split the yarn a little bit. Let me bring it up. It only got one strand. I think I can get it underneath there though. Let me get my pick. I'll tell you this weekend though. Oh, do I not have my pick? Oh, I'm going to cry if I don't have it. It might be in the house. I might have taken it inside. I have to have more than one, I'm sure. Let's see. I have so many. I have so much stuff, guys. I need to organize. Can you all see that? I don't think you can see what happened. I don't think you can. What it did is it like split, it like picked up because I didn't have my tension with my hands correct, because I didn't have it in the tension guide. All right. I think I can do it without it. I don't know what I did with my pick. Let me see. I don't think it's over there. Do not think it is. All right. You shouldn't generally, I'm going to tell you, usually I would say do not back up your machine, but I'm going to because I can get it underneath there. There we go. Let me make sure it's underneath. This is where I need my little light, guys. Okay, I think we're good. I think I salvaged it. Oh, let me do this and that and go like that and pull that snug. All right. There we be. Okay, we're all good. That's why it's so important to pay attention. Don't do like I do. Yep, we're all good. And I'll half tie it here in just a minute. Maybe we're good. Oh, guys. What is happening? What is happening? I need my pick. It was trying to pop off of there and it got stuck. There we go. So I told you this yarn is wonderful, and then and now I'm having issues. It's gonna make a liar of me. There we be. Just a half tie, not a full tie. Should be coming off my cake a little better than what it is, but I'm getting stuck. There. That should be better now. I might end up having a little tension issue here where that did that. We'll have to see. I think once I pull it apart, it should be all right. I can put it on the inside if it's a little wonky. Wendy says some yarn does that. Yeah. I didn't have any trouble with it on my Centro splitting like that. It's partially because I'm holding. I probably shouldn't be keeping as much tension on it as I am. What did Lisa say? Lisa says, I've been working on a rectangle continuous granny square blanket. I have huge respect for those who have finished a blanket. It takes so much yarn and so many hours. I'm sure it will go a bit faster with practice and different stitches though. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I think that's why so many people get upset with me, like using the machines. Because I understand it does take a long time to hand knit or crochet. I get it. I totally get it. Yes, mad respect for the blanket. That yes, because even like when I did the big panel, which is just a blanket, guys, that I did for the Knit the Bridge, that was some serious work, and that was using the machines. So I get it, Lisa. Totally, I get it. I get it. Hello, Peggy in Alabama. How are you? I really think it might be time. I know, like, I was anti-machine cleaning early on. Like, I told everybody, don't take your machines apart because you're going to have problems with them. But now I think I need to take this apart. I need to clean it. I've made so much stuff on it that it's time, I think. I can tell. The other thing, too, is I've got, like, I don't know if you guys I can't show you. I want to show you. I wonder if there's a way I can show you. My little feeder on both this one and my Centro. Let me show you on my Centro. Let me show you. Let me grab it. For me, this is the thing that's going to wear out in all the machines. And I think somebody sent me that you can get them. You can get them on Amazon. But the feeder, let me see if I can show you this. Let me see. I don't know if you all can see that, but you can see how it's wearing right here. Like I've worn the plastic. And as that goes on, it's going to end up starting to drop stitches. This one I've noticed is the same. It's eating through it. It's starting to as well. So that's the thing for me that is going to like be the demise of my Centros. And I don't think there's any way around that, to be quite frank, because if we're using the yarn and we have any tension on the yarn, that friction is causing it. And I noticed on this one, I noticed it the other day that it's getting pretty deep. So we'll have, it's almost deeper than my other machine, but I think I have probably done more. If I want to think about rows of stuff, I've probably done maybe, I don't know, that Centro's been worked pretty hard. So I don't know. But if you find that you're having issues with your machines where it's dropping stitches, not tucking them, but where the little hook is not picking up the yarn properly, check your little guide there, your feeder. And if it's like way back in, it might be that it's not pushing that yarn out far enough for the needle to pick it up. And when, like I've noticed with mine now, with both of these machines, they're starting to get a little bit more flaky if I'm not really paying attention to that, where it might miss one, you know, if that makes sense. Mm. Yes, Wendy, I agree. It is still handmade. Absolutely. It's a lot of work. It is. We're like the cranking. We all know it's tiring. It's some workout, right? I see what some of you ladies are doing for how many hats you've made and stuff in such a short time. And I know how it is for me. Like, guys, when I'm doing a video, like for the Friday hat videos and Mr. Bant is videotaping me, videotaping, you know what? That makes me sound very old. Because there's no more tape, Cheri. There's no tape with the video, but when he's recording me, we'll say that. There are times, depending on the yarn, and you look at, guys, you can see my tension right here, my tension mess up. Depending on the yarn, where I get tired, I have to take a break. Because it's a little bit of work. Go that way. My thing is popping now. It's popping and locking. Hold on a minute. I want to see if I think I'm going to loosen my tension maybe just a little bit more. See if that helps. You guys are going to think that I'm a fibber. I used it on my Centro and it didn't have any trouble with it. Here it goes. This snag is going to drive me crazy. I don't know if I can fix that. Here we go. So what I did was I backed off just a little bit more on the tension. I made a beanie with my knitting machine. Zoe, you did? Congrats on that. Did you all see? Oh, Nikita, did the little Yoda head, was that Erin's? Like, did you follow Erin's pattern or did you do your own? Because it's so cute. For the May 4th, guys, May the 4th be with you. I really thought winding my yarn into a cake was going to be a lot better for me, but it keeps hanging up down there. Okay, I know what a drop stitch is, but remind me what a tuck stitch is. Okay, let me show you. Let me see if I can find my old hat and I will show you what a tuck stitch looks like. And then y'all will know, because they are different. And a lot of times people will refer to them as the same thing, and they are not the same thing. A tuck stitch is kind of ugly, but it's not going to hurt your project. Like, it won't compromise your project. Hold on. Let me see if I can find my original hat here. Hold on. I have to dig. Give me a minute. Don't look in my bag. Don't look in my bag. I know it's here. I know it's here. Here it is. I found it. Nope, that's not it. That's a mitten. I thought I found it. Maybe it's not here. I keep stuffing my stuff in here and then I don't. That's my sweater. Well, maybe I don't have it to show you. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I don't think it's down here. I thought it was here. These are all like my sample things and I just shove them in there. Let's see if it went behind my cart. Is it behind my cart? No. I can't show you. Well, okay, I'll just have to explain it to you. This is lovely yarn and I can't use it. Like, I'll have to crochet with it. That's ice yarn. I have some of that. I wanted to show you. Let me look one other place. Because I want to show you. Is it in here? Nope. Not there. Yeah, I don't see it. Darn it. I don't think I took it in the house. It's not in there. Because it's hard for me. All I can tell you is what happens is it'll grab two when you're knitting with the knitting machine, it'll grab 2 stitches, meaning that when we come to here, it should drop off a stitch like on this side. And what ends up happening is it doesn't. So you end up with 2 stitches, and then it kind of makes a hole. So if you notice your, like, for instance, like here, like my tension, I don't know if you guys can see that. You can kind of see it. You can see this ridge. See, my tension got a little messed up when I was having issues there with that yarn. And that's the kind of thing you'll see if you have a tuck stitch. So if it'll tuck, like right here's where I got it messed up. And then what happens is I can probably pull that apart. It probably won't be a problem. But you'll notice like your tension won't be nice like it is here. You'll notice that it'll start to look a little wonky. But it hasn't dropped any stitches, meaning that you don't get that pantyhose run or there's not a gap. It's where it grabbed 2 of them. And you can actually fix those. You can fix them while they're on the machine. You can actually fix them while they're off the machine. It's not easy. I've done it several times. A lot of times I just start over if I get too many drops or tucks. And if the yarn is kind of problematic, I just generally I just put it on my list of like, I don't want to deal with that again. So I don't use the yarn unless I absolutely have to. But yeah, it's like a double stitch, but it doesn't compromise the actual knitting process, meaning that if you have a tuck stitch in your hat, you can put it on the inside. It's not going to fall. Your hat's not going to fall apart. So just kind of hide it if you don't want to, like, if you're just learning and you don't want to have to redo all of it. However, if you get a drop stitch and where it didn't pick up the right stitch, then that is compromising your knitting, and it can like go all the way through to the end. It's like where the stitch actually leaves go. And it kind of, the only way I can describe it is it's a pantyhose. It looks like a pantyhose run. And sometimes for certain techniques, you drop stitches. So there is that too. But I have a lot of people who will refer to like a tuck stitch as a drop stitch, and it's not. It's where the where the stitch didn't drop properly that makes that. So hopefully that makes sense. I was hoping I could show you, because my very first hat that I did it with Red Heart Super Saver yarn. I've showed it before. I don't know what I did with it. It has lots of tuck stitches, lots and lots of them in the hat, and it just makes it look wonky. It doesn't look as nice and neat. Let's see here. Kathy says, ordered the light. I have one from Amazon and it's a lifesaver. This, oh, awesome. It is a nice light. It really is. It really is, Kathy. Awesome. I'm glad you got one. Yes, I did. Oh, okay. Mitzi said she did hers. Yeah, you guys have to check out Erin Makes Designs. She put out, and she shared it in the new CranKnit network, but the link to it for doing the little Baby Yoda. Is it Grogu? The Grogu heads. They're so cute. They're so cute. Tina says, whoop, whoop, just finished I don't know what that is, one, and written a pattern myself for a pair of old red, white, and blue tube socks. Oh, cool. Guys, I've been eyeing is it Dean and Bean sock knitter? Is that what it's called? I know I'm crazy. Like, do I need a sock knitter? I'm kind of thinking about it. I don't know. Let's see. Rachel says, yesterday I tried to knit a hat with loops and threads, facets on the center 40. It got tuck stitches, tried 3 different times, gave up. The yarn worked perfectly on the Addy 46. Yeah, a lot of times. Yeah, the facets though, I'm surprised. But see, look at, guys, I did the Centro 48, which is usually my most picky machine. This machine generally is not picky. But it's being a little problematic right at the moment. Not gonna lie, it's being silly. But sometimes the machine, like the ambient temperature of the room changes how sometimes you will find that yarn works perfectly, and then you come back to use it and you're like, what the hell happened? It's not working now. And then you kind of question yourself, you kind of question the machine, you question the yarn. Sometimes I think, like, for me, I do know, like right now, humidity is, I'm going to have to bring the dehumidifier out here a little bit to kind of get the dampness out of here. Sometimes if it's dry, you'll get like the tucks and the whatever, but I think the machines don't like the wet. I'm not going to lie. I think they don't like the dampness. But yeah, the 46 generally will do better, but facets, I've never had any trouble with it. But yeah, tucks, ugh. Yeah. I understand, Rachel. Totally get it. Lisa says, thank you. I have a drop stitch. What a pain. I was able to fix one, but got another and gave up on that yarn. Haven't had a tuck. Yeah, Lisa, a lot of times when I go to fix a tuck or a drop, either one, if you're not careful, when you're doing it, you can bump off the one right beside it. So that's always a pain. Oh, Karen made 5 of little baby Yodas this weekend. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I did. I actually saw that. Thank you, Wendy, for sharing that. Let's see. I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to have an issue with my machine here, though, with the feeder. Because, see, this yarn is thinner a little bit, too. If my feeder's going bad, I think somebody sent me. I'll have to look it up. Maybe I can replace them. I don't know how, unless you just pull it off and glue on a new one. If there is a replacement, maybe I'll have to get one and try it so you guys can see how it works. Yeah, Wendy, facets will break. It definitely will. Because I've broken it many times, but it is beautiful yarn once you knit it up, though. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Molly says humidity in South Louisiana is kicking. Oh, I bet it's bad down there. Oh, so my machine works better with the humidity. It's just picky when it's cold and dry. Yeah, usually that's when you have the most problem. Usually we're going into the time where we don't have as much issue. Y'all can hear it in my machine, though. It's acting like a fool. This is not doing well with my caking. But you know what? I have not opened my box for my new winder yet. I used my old winder. That's on my list of things to do this week. So hopefully I'll get to it. Hopefully. This is supposed to be easier with my caking, but it's not. Y'all can see that now with that tension. I don't know. Maybe you can. I think it'll stretch out okay, though. If not, we'll put it on the inside. I think I might have to take this machine apart. Maybe Mr. Ban will have to help me, and we'll have to clean it all out. Because I can tell, too, like I'm getting lots of the white dust around the edges here, and I haven't blown it out even in a while. Let's see. Wendy, I sent you an Amazon link for the... Oh, thank you, Wendy. I'll have to check that out. Good day. We are tensioner for Addie for Peru. Thank you. Elise, going to have to go early, but I'll post in the group later about that. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Elise. I'd appreciate that if you would do that. That's awesome. Thank you for being here, too. Karen says there's a replacement available for the yarn feeder on Amazon. I wore one out last fall. You have to take the machine apart because the yarn feeder is... Oh, it's screwed in. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Karen. Yeah, I'm going to have to replace it. I can tell it's... Well, in something, I can feel it. There's like, it's getting a sharp edge too. And I think that might be contributing to like my splitting of my yarn. So all those things, all those wonderful things that can happen. So I'll have to check that out. I think I'll have to get one. Maybe I'll do that after we get off the live. We, as in all of us, after I get off the live, I'll have to maybe go, since Wendy sent me the link. So it doesn't glue down at all, huh, Karen? It's just, hopefully they're all the same. I'm hoping. Oh, now it's coming off okay. I can almost feel like there's a sticky spot in my machine. I don't know. And it's not the counter. I can feel it. It's not when the counter, because my counter's broken too. That's why I have that one. So if you're new and you see too, the counter broke pretty quickly after I got this one. But I can feel a spot, and it's not when it's the counter, because you will get like that feeling when you're cranking when it goes over the counter area. that resistance. So I did have, this was a question I got a lot. This weekend, I seem to have gotten it a lot. I need to make just a response for, because I talked about, I did in my Willet Crank, I talked about doing a little bit bigger hat than what I normally do. And lately I've been doing, you know, all over the place counts. So, this is with this yarn. I did 135. Typically with 135 rows with Lion Brand Heartland yarn, when I don't have super tight tension on the 48, I usually do 130 is all I usually do. But what I typically do to decide is I go, and I've explained this before, but I wanted to explain it again in case anybody's on here and you have that question. I go to, like right now I'm at 74 rows and I'm almost touching my surface down here, my surface. So I have my machines mounted to a board, but it'd be whatever surface you're on. For me, it's a length thing, kind of. So like 70, if I can get to 75 rows and I'm just touching the board, then for like fit, usually 130 rows, depending on how big I want the brim to be, usually 130 rows will be okay for an adult size hat. If it gets to 70, like at 75, if I'm touching this, if it's still like way up here at 75 and I've got, you know, quite a bit to go, then I just add that, whatever that difference is, to the hat, if that makes sense. So right now I'm at 74 and it's close, but it's not there. So that's why I did 135. I just added 5 extra rows, made it just a little bit bigger. So let's say I was 75 and it was up here and it took me until like 90 or 95 to get to the board, then I would add, typically I will add that much more. So, you know, 20 rows if it's like 95 to get there. So that's how I kind of judge it. That's how I do it. Now, if you're doing these a lot, I think you could figure out a length. And if you're using the same yarn, you could probably figure out a measurement off the machine, like get one that you like. But a lot of that has to do with, you got to keep your tension the same to be able to hit those same, you know, to where the fit is the same. Let's see. Sean is here. Oh, Sean is here. Hello, Shauna. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Karen says just one screw to hold the yarn feeder in place. Okay, awesome. So I think I'm going to replace it on both. Maybe I'll do it on one machine first and see how it goes, and then get one for the other. But I definitely need to do it because it's definitely cut in pretty deep. Pretty deep on both my Central 48 and this machine. Oh, Wendy, now I'm going to start singing. Positive Bear. Thank you for the hearts, Positive Bear. Thank you. That's very sweet. All right. I'll keep cranking. I think just like the other hat, I think I'm going to do 135. Alive. You know, as I'm working on my temperature blanket, I hope I can get at least 6 months in. I hope. Is anybody else way far behind? They started temperature blanket and they're way far behind, because I'm way far behind. But I kind of want to do a temperature blanket where it is squares, because I think that would be really cool. Like, you know, a granny square temperature blanket, and do the squares for the month. I think that would be cool. The only thing is, it's easier with the, like, doing the row a day. That's easier, I think, than it would be for like the sections, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking about it anyway. I think it's maybe just make a granny square blanket. But I don't want all the holes in it, because granny squares have lots of holes. You know what I mean? I can remember my mom crocheting blankets when I was a kid, and I don't know what crochet stitch she would do, but I would go to cover up with them, and then my toes would stick out, and I'm like, I don't like my toes sticking out. I want it to not stick out. So anyways, Doing better. Hope things are looking up. Yeah, I'm doing better, Shauna, too. Yeah, I've just been in like a bit of a dry spell. This weekend was nice. I just focused on like just kind of trying to be creative for just like doing something a little different, and that's helped. Thank you for sharing, Naira, sharing Shauna's website, Southpaw Fiber Arts. And guys, if you are needing tags, go check out Molly's website too, Golden Arm Creations. She's got the awesome like little starter sets. So if you're doing like a one-off project and you want something that's specific to that project and customized, she does those for you. And she also does, you know, if you just want like a shit ton of tags, she'll make those for you too, because she's awesome. So make sure you check her out as well. Let's see. So Tina, you religiously see, that's good. I get away from it because I mess up my routine in the mornings, and I'll tell you whose fault it is. It's not my kid's fault, not my husband's fault. It's not my fault when my routine gets messed up in the mornings. It's my dog's fault. Anybody else have a dog who you love them to death, but sometimes they're a pain in the ass? My dog, my big dog, well, my little dog, actually both of them sometimes can be. And they just like some mornings, like my whole morning gets like completely turned on its head because of the two of them. So yeah, but that's excuses, Tina. I know how that goes. If I want to get it done, I can make time for it. That goes for anything, guys. If you want to do it, you can always make time for it, even though sometimes it feels like you can't. Megan says, I'm thinking about working on my temperature blanket again, but it takes a lot of yarn that I don't have. I understand that too. I understand that. Because yarn is not, it's not the most inexpensive thing, right? I'm still thinking about, as I go through my stuff, I'm thinking like this whole, like, I don't know. Maybe we should start an exchange too on the CranKnit network. Like, where we could donate yarn, like if people are looking for yarn, especially now that we're going to mix together, like we have the crochet section, and if you have yarn projects, I just don't want anybody doing any hanky panky, like, you know, but I think that would be a good thing. And I know that I'm in a couple groups where they do that, but I haven't like stayed up with that, where you can gift each other yarn, because I'm going to have to like do something. I'm going to have to destash at some point. Natalie, you just ordered a yarn guide. See, I need to probably do the same thing, guys. I'm getting there. I'm sorry, Alex. I understand it's tough when you can't get stuff. Char says, I do a giant granny squirrel. You're the one that talked about doing that. I need to do those. I need to like start and do it like continuous. Maybe that's what I want to do for my next like temperature kind of blanket. Char, I'll have to talk to you about what pattern. I'd like to know what you like, what style. I need you to share some of them, like what stitches you're using, because I think that would be fun to like continuous granny square style. That might be actually easier and more satisfying to some degree, maybe because I'm like my blanket, I'm doing the Secret Yarnery. I need to crank and talk. Why can I not do that? I'm doing her style, which is like it's like the, you know, single crochet, it's single crochet, chain one, skip one kind of style. I don't know what that stitch is called. I don't know if that has a name. But then you for your color changes at the end, you do tassels on the ends, so you don't have to weave in your ends. But then I'm like, I gotta make the tassels, and I keep thinking about that as I have all this yarn hanging off. Am I gonna like get to the end and not want to make these tassels? But we'll see. It's a learning process, and as I know, as I was working on the pattern test for H. Lee Inspired Designs, and I'm gonna think she probably doesn't want me to do that in the future, because it's a learning process. It's good. But as I was working on it, I'm like, you know, it's good because I know the more I do, the more I mess up. And then when I mess up, I try to figure out what I did wrong. And that's how you learn, right? That's how we learn. Oh, Sandy's here. Hello, Sandy. How are you? Thank you for popping in. I hope you're having a good day. Kim says knitting machine replacement nozzle $9.99. That's not too bad. $9.99. Why can I not talk? When he says check out the paid patterns, and yes, and the network. Yes, please do that in the CranKnit community. You know, it says community because I didn't change it, but it's a network. Whatever. I'm just trying to confuse you all. Gosh, guys. Are we going to be able to get through it, do you think? I know what I did. I grabbed the yarn again and I'm holding. I need to not hold it. And then it gets like in a bind because I'm doing that. I just need to let it go through my fingers like butter. Oh, do you see what happened? Did you see, guys? Well, you're going to get to see a drop stitch be fixed. See, okay, as we're talking about this, did you guys see it? As it did it? Ah, it's Monday for sure. Okay, let me see where it's at. I'm definitely going to have to get this replaced because that's what it is. Okay, right here it is. Here's my drop. We're going to try to fix it. Let me get it. If I can save it before it goes all the way down. Let me pull that out. There we go. Yeah, I think it's time for me to replace it, guys. We'll use this one. Okay. So I wonder if I can, I probably can't. I was going to say, I wonder if I can zoom in. I think I just have one dropped. Hopefully. There's no tucks. Okay. So I'm going to bring it around to the place. And now, this is the thing with this yarn feeder being a little bit more worn and this yarn being a little thinner. I think that's why I'm having issues with this machine where I didn't on my Centro at all. I had absolutely zero. So the feeder, I think, is in worse shape, maybe. I've been pushing it to see how long I could go without replacing the machine. But I think if I can pay $10 and get a replacement feeder, I'll do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off and then I'm going to go down and capture that stitch. So for me, I stop about right here, but sometimes you have to back it up just a hair to get it to push down. And then I got to make sure I don't drop that one in the process. And I don't have my thing out here. I'm going to look one more time because I need my pick, guys. And I think it's in the house because I had to use it for another project. Yeah, and I thought I had an extra one. I thought I had a pink one, but I apparently do not. Because I used them and then I set them down places and then I can't find them again later. So we'll just have to make do with my little tiny crochet hook here. I think we can. I think we can fix it. All right. Okay. So I'm going to take this off. And then we'll let it go down. Burp, 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 burp. And then I got to make sure I'm in the right side here because I don't want this to go. Let me see. Got my hair in there. This isn't loving me today. You know, you just have those days. What I was going to say is this weekend I had the same problem. You know, when you go to do something and it seems like every time you do something, it goes wrong. That happened to me a little bit this weekend. Like I would empty, we have the little Keurig, what are they called? The little baskets that you can refill. And I go to empty one of those in the trash and I get the coffee grounds all over the floor, or I like try to cut vegetables up and they end up all over the floor, or I spilled stuff. I did that. Yeah. It was one of those kinds of weekends, even though, you know, I just felt clumsy. So I'm feeling a little clumsy right now with doing this hat today. I feel like it's just not. Oh, is Mr. B here? Want someone to bring it out. What are you talking about? Oh, no. They won't be able to find it, Darren. That's sweet of you, though. Because I cleaned up my desk yesterday in the house, and I know that they won't be able to find it. Do you guys have that problem too? Like where you you know where something's at, but you tell the other people in your household and they just seem to like not see things. I don't want to knock Mr. Bant because he's a fabulous husband, but sometimes he doesn't see things, and the kids are the same way. I got to make sure I don't get this twisted. This is what I'm concerned about. I feel like I'm going to get this twisted because I feel like these aren't laying the right way. this is where I need the pick, but I will use a small bent tapestry needle so that I can see. You guys, I might get my light out because I'm having a hard time seeing. I might get it out. I'm going to do that because I can't see the yarn very well. My bifocals. Okay, we're going to try it out and see if it actually helps me for this. I did use it the other day. I'm going to use it so I can see it. We're going to use, is that bright in your, no, okay, good. I'm glad. I don't want the yellow light because that's going to bug me. Okay. Nope, nope. Yep. Is that the, there we go. Okay. I think that's going to help me see. I feel like I'm doing surgery. It's CranKnit surgery. All right. I think I separated it enough. So what I'm doing is I went down from underneath all the little rows. So I got my crochet hook. I get this stitch off of the hook. I slide my crochet hook underneath all of those. I go down to that last like stitch. I capture it. And then I'm just bringing each row of yarn over that stitch and then pulling through with my crochet hook. So in essence, you're just like doing the same thing the machine would do, but with the crochet hook. But it's really easy to get, to do what I just did, to like let go of it, or to get the yarn twisted. That's very easy for that to happen. It's also easy to pull this one off on the other side. So you have to be very mindful. And this yarn is a little thinner, so it's not too bad. But when you get up here, it gets really tight. So it's hard. It makes it harder to fix it. Let's see here if I can see. And I feel like I've separated the, and this is where I normally use my pick, but I think I can get it up on the, I think so. I think I can get it up on the needle without it. I gotta get that shut off or it'll be dead when I want to use it next time. Okay, so now I got to get this over my needle without losing it, and it just came out. I'm gonna use my tapestry needle to do it. There, I think I got it. I got to get it down on the pins, otherwise. And it wants to go not around the pins. It wants to get up in there. Don't get up in there. And you just have to be really careful because like I'm splitting this yarn really bad when I'm doing this, to be honest, which is not good. Oh, there, finally. I think I finally got it. There. Okay. So I have to, that'll probably mess up my, it doesn't look too bad. I think I got it right. Usually that'll mess up your tension too when that happens. So you have to like really stretch it. We'll see when I take it off the machine. I still have a little bit to go. We'll see if we can get through this thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's see. Oh, $7.99. That's good. Let's see here. Chat friends, if you are on a PC, you can zoom in. Oh, you can. Oh, that's cool. You guys could have zoomed in and seen how like lovely of a time I was doing there. I use Red Heart medium weight super saver with a 5mm hook. Makes a nice heavy blanket. Red Heart is a little stiff, but once you wash it, it's hardy. It's gonna last forever, right, Char? Okay, so I'm gonna keep a real close eye on this. I'm gonna try not to hold it too much, but what's happening is my feeder it's not pushing that yarn out, and the yarn is thinner, so it's having a little bit of a time with it. But I have to find this balance between, oh, you know what? I got another one over here, guys. And I think it's a drop. It's not a tuck. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get through the hat. That's not a drop, is it? Oh, there's another one. So it's really having problems here. Let me see. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through. We might not be able to with the feeder being in the shape that it's in. I'm determined. I'm not going to give up. Wish my stitch marker was not being a problem. Oh my gosh, guys. Is that a tuck? That might be a tuck. Oh boy. I did not have near this much trouble. Like I didn't have any with it. Okay, I'm looking. All right, let me see. Okay, we'll go slow. I'm at 90. I only need, we might end up doing a kid's hat. We might end up going to just like 110 maybe, because I might not want to fight with it. All right, let's see if I can get this off here. And then I've got a tuck right here. I'm going to mark, I think it's a tuck, not a drop. Yeah, it's a tuck. So now whoever asked about the tuck, I'll show you the difference here in just a second. What I do is I mark my row. So, okay. So for this drop, if I keep like the stitch is right here and you can see, I don't know if you guys can zoom in. You can see I've got like these gaps and I've grabbed the actual stitch itself. If I let go of this, it's going to go all the way down to the end. I'll probably have to pull out a couple more here to be able to do it right. Just to be able to see my stitch and make sure it's not twisted. Okay. So like Naira said, if you're like on a PC, you can zoom in. But here I'm going to pull out a couple of these just so I can get a good, like right there. But actually I got to get it off the needle before I can do this because I don't have it off the needle yet. I got ahead of myself. Okay. So now I got to get this off of here. Let's see if I can do that without having to back up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's make sure those are in order. There we go. I think that's right. Okay, so now I'm going to take my crochet hook and go underneath all of them. I'm going to pull up on this stitch here. I'm going to go into that stitch like that. All right, and let's see if I can do this again. Like I said, we're at 90 right now. I need probably, I don't know. I probably want at least for like a toddler hat. I will tell you, for my granddaughter, you can do hats on your 48, but just out of seeing how the fit is for her, and she has a fairly large head, not gonna lie. You can't do infant hats. You just can't. They're not, even if you do smaller amounts, I think 6 months plus probably, for the counts that you'll see people say baby hat, but it's not infant hat. For an infant hat, you want the 40 pin to be able to do that. Okay, that's kind of tight. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this up on the needle. Oh boy, it does not want to come up very well. I think I got it though. Let me grab my stuff. See if I can pull that. We'll pop this down. And you gotta get it around the pins. That's really what, and then pop it down and pull it. Okay, so there we go. So now I have this tuck stitch. So that one was the one that was the pantyhose run. Here is the tuck. I'm going to see. We might just take it off after this one. I'll fix these two. And then I'm going to see if I can get like 5 more rows. Because then it could just be a beanie. I'll see if I can get 5 more rows. And then I think we're going to take it off. Because I think what's going to happen with this feeder and the shape that it's in, it's going to continue to be a problem. At least with this yarn. I think if I went to the bigger yarn, I'm probably not going to have as much trouble, but we'll see. So I'm just going to go real slow until I get to like right here. You can see what's happened with this is it's a tuck. It's not a drop. So if I pull on it, it's not running, but it's all bound up right here because it didn't drop off the stitch correctly. So I'm going to get it to where I can manage it. And what'll happen is I'll end up having an extra on there, like where it didn't drop properly. It's not going to work. Let me use this guy. Okay, so now I'm going to pull that out of there and get underneath it again if I can. Not try to pull all the other ones off in the process. And these little crochet hooks that come with your machines, they do work better. I mean, they bend, so they're kind of a pain in the butt that way, but they work. They're a little more flexible for getting them around your needles. This is where if you're fixing stuff, I will tell you, in full transparency, if I have any tucks or drops on my Addy, I don't bother. I just start over, because I can't with the Addy machines, the housing here, I feel like it's very difficult to fix them. I feel like it's easier to fix them on the 48 pin machines than it is on the Addy. Okay, so there's that one. Hopefully I have these in order. I might want to get my, feel like it's twisted. I do. I'm not sure. Let me see. And if they're crossed over, again, it's not going to compromise your stitch, but it just doesn't look pretty. It's going to look a little wonky. This is really tight here. I need to get that over that guy. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? We've been on for a little bit. I was only going to do an hour. Doing this without you need one of those picks. You really do, like a loom pick. Doing this without it is not easy, not gonna lie, because I use it a lot in the process. Okay, and this last one is very difficult because I don't want to pull it off of there, and it's so easy for that to happen. And this is where, if you're not careful, the yarn will split too. Okay, let's see if I have enough there, enough stretch. I have to back it up just a little bit, just a hair. I don't know, guys. We'll see. It's so tight. It does not want to. There we go. There we go. Oh, my fingernail. I don't need my fingernail, right? There we go. Okay, split it a little bit. Now I need Sandy's little filer. I have it in the house. I use it all the time. That comes with her color street. Okay, I'm going to get to this one. And then I'm going to fix it, and then I'm taking it off. I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to snag everything. Now I'm looking, and I think I might have other tucks here. Maybe not. Let me look and see. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. We'll see once we stretch it. We'll find out then, I guess. Okay, so I'm just going to go to that one, and then we'll get around to making sure they're all dropping proper. Gosh, guys, I need to fix that one. I think I'm going to cast off after I fix that, because I'm right here at the 91 mark. Okay, here we are. Here we are. All right, let's get it off of here, and then we will, if I can. Let me go just a little bit. Got the right one. I'm pulling on the wrong thing. That doesn't help. Okay. So I think I have to put my machine in timeout until I get a new, gosh, my fingernail, that looks bad. Until I get a new feeder for this one. I'll just have to use one of my other many machines. Boo-hoo. Not a problem. I almost grabbed the Loombot today because I was looking at this and thinking, I don't know if that's going to be a problem, but okay. Now my fingernail's going to catch on everything. There we go. So once I get this one up, and the reason I have to do this before I can cast off is I'll drop that stitch otherwise if I don't do that. And this is messed up here. It goes like, I think that's right. Or is it the other way? That looks right. This is almost, the only thing about this yarn is since it's dark, it's kind of like, you know, dealing with black yarn. It's really difficult. I could have the light out here and that would help me. It's kind of difficult to see it. There we go. One more. And we'll cast it off. We'll save it. Okay, let's see if we can get it up there. Now, if I would pop this out from underneath this little guy here, it would make it easier. Like if I'd pop this out, it would make it easier to get this on, but I try not to do that because what'll happen is if I pop this yarn out from underneath this guide on this side, it's going to pull that stitch off. So if you're finding that when you're trying to fix these, that you're having that problem where you're dropping the one right beside it off, it might be because you're getting out from underneath that little bump or that guide, this little thing. I don't know what that's called. We'll just call it a guide. I don't think that's what it's called. I don't think it has a name, but whatever. Okay. I do pull it out from underneath on this side though, because otherwise you don't have enough stretch in the yarn to be able to fix it. We'll see what kind of mess I have once I get it off the machine. But I think we can salvage it and have a hat. Okay, so now that I have that fixed, let me double check and make sure I don't have any more drops. I think this will be okay. The tension's going to be a little wonky, but it's all right. Okay, so let's get it off the machine. And this could be at 91 rows. I think it'll be like for a, I won't say an infant, but it could be a non-brimmed hat for probably a baby. So we'll see. We'll check it out once I get it done here. We'll see what kind of sizing we have on it. Typically, I would go probably 110, 100, 110. So it's going to be a little short. But we'll see. This yarn's pretty stretchy, so. So this was a fun one. Guys, I do really like this yarn though, believe it or not, even though it's a problem. So this is what makes me think a little bit about this is I have people who will tell me that they have issue with like DK weight yarn. And I always am like, how do you have problems with DK weight? I don't understand unless, and that's like a 3 weight, right? Unless you're having issue with tension. And that's what I'll tell people. Well, you must not have your tension proper for that to be an issue. But I think what could be happening for some of the people that are having issues with a smaller yarn, even though this is a 4, I will tell you it's more like a 3, is if your yarn feeder, so check your yarn feeder if you're using a thinner yarn and you've been having problems with it. Now, mind you, if I go to a bigger yarn, a thicker yarn right now, I'm probably not going to have the problems that I just had. I'm going to go 2 more here. And usually I tell you not to do that, but so I'm going to have to work on like getting some more hats cranked out, some bigger ones, because I got to get some more adult. I want to not be behind in my challenge myself. I am though a little bit. I was going to do 4 a week all year, and I've not done that. I know I've done at least 2 to 3 every week, but I wanted to do 4. So am I hung up on? I'm hung up over there. I'm hanging up on everything. I'm having all kinds of troubles. This is real life. This is live, not Memorex. You guys, for some of you, you'll know what that is, but for most of you, probably not. Okay. So there we be. So let's see. We'll see what kind of mess we got here. Let me get my machine off. And then we will see. Boo, 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 boo. Sometimes these things are okay because it gives us all the examples. I know it's annoying. Yes. Well, I want you guys, it's real. Like, I know I have people ask me, like, how do you have your tension's so good, or how do you da-da-da-da-da? And I have problems just like all the rest of you. Like I have the same struggles. It happens to all of us. It's just when I'm doing videos that are not live, you don't see those, and I edit out if there's issues. Okay, so let's see what we got. So this will definitely be small. It doesn't look too bad. I'm going to see what I'm looking for now. I'll stretch it, but I'm looking for if we have any more tucks. I think it's going to be okay. Like for tension wise, I'll show you like where you'll be able to see it. I think there's a tuck. Oh, that's my tie. I'm like, what is that? That's where I switched colors. I need to tie that. So let's do that first. I don't think it actually looks too bad. I'm going to make sure I get not too snug there. Yeah, see, I can see my tension's a little off right there. What I'll do is I'll tie it and then we'll stretch it both directions. That's kind of important when you have to fix any drops, especially more so I think than tucks will mess up your tension, but drops, if you have to pull on the yarn, it has a tendency to like get wonky. So you want to go both directions. You want to go like this to try to set your stitches. And you can see I've got a little bit of a tension issue right there from when I got that snag. But you want to go both directions to kind of help with that, to reset all of your stitches. Okay. I don't really see, let's look here. Like right here, I can see some tension issues, and that's where my tie-in was. And that's where I had a snag. There might be a tuck there. Let me see. I don't know if I can tell. It just looks a little wonky, but I don't think so. I don't think there's a tuck. It just looks wonky. See how like the stitch is different? It's like bigger. With tucks, sometimes you'll have that, but it doesn't look like I have a tuck there. It just looks like it's a tension issue. So we might be able to work that one and keep it going like this, doing this and this. What will happen is you can maybe get the stitch to look okay. You know what? I think when I fix, no, it looks fine. Sometimes if you twist it, I was going to say if I twisted it. It's also not a bad idea to keep your stitch markers on so you can see where the areas are, so you can kind of mess with them. But it doesn't, for the most part, since it's dark and all one color, it doesn't look too bad. I'm going to pull that to the inside where that tension kind of wonk is. But I think for a younger child, like I would say a baby, this could be a little beanie with no brim. But I'd say it's close to probably not being big enough, to be honest, like long enough. But I think it might be all right. I'll throw it in the donation for like when I do the one to the women's shelter, because I know they have little kids sometimes. And I didn't do a lot of kids' hats last year when I did donations to them. I only did a few. But see, I think this will be an okay. Like an okay hat. Oh, I lost my. How long ago did I lose my little up and down little camera? Sorry, guys. Hopefully that hasn't been gone too long. I want to show you. Silly thing. Silly thing. There we go. Was it gone for a while? I hope that wasn't gone for a long time. All right. See that'll be actually, I think for a young child, it'll be okay. So we still managed to make a hat. It's just not ideal when that stuff happens. But I don't know if any of you learned like anything. Hopefully I shared enough that you got a little something out of that. But I will tell you, if you don't want to deal with them when you get those tucks or those drops, you can just take it off and reuse the yarn again. You don't have to fix them. It's just I hate the idea of taking that time to start over. Let me get this on the inside. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. It's frustrating for me when it happens, but hopefully it's helpful for everybody else. But I will tell you, I'll show you the yarn feeder here in just a second. I know I hung my machine back up, but once I get the hat done here, I do think this will be fine though for, you know, a younger child. So, but typically, if you wanted a brimmed hat for a younger one, I'd probably do about 110 probably. That's what I would probably do. Let me make sure I go in where I can get this tucked better. So I don't know if you saw, for anybody who's new, what I do is I knot it on the outside, I cinch it, I knot it on the outside, I pull my yarn tails through the center, and then I knot it on the inside, and then I hide my tails. And I go as close to where my knot is as possible so that you don't have like a place where it can get hung up. If you know what I mean. Like if I would have the yarn tails coming out like right here, and then I go and tuck it over here, then you're going to have a little like loop, and you don't want that because it'll get hung up and it'll eventually get pulled out. So there we are. It's got a few issues, but it doesn't look too terribly bad. Not too bad. And see, obviously it's not gonna, I mean, it could for, that might fit like, you know, but I think it would probably get used like this for, you know, a child who's like, maybe even a 1-year-old would probably be able to wear that, I think, with no brim, I think. It doesn't look too bad for having all the problems. Not too bad. I do like the color. But let me show you really quick before we hop off and before I go to my face here. So this is the difference too, guys. I want you to see the difference. That's 90, about 91 rows. This is 100 and, what did we do? 135. So that's the difference in size. But when you come up like this, you know, with your brim, if you're going to do it brimless, it's not super small. It's not itty bitty small. So that gives you some size comparison there. Let me grab my machine again and let me show you this. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not good, guys. I don't know if you can, let me see if you can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Can y'all see it right here? It's cut in pretty deep right there. And there's a sharp point right there. So, and you can see, let me move go the other way. You can see on this side, there isn't any cut in at all. And you will start to get that regardless of like even how long you've had your machine. But mine, this one's kind of deep, but that sharp edge is a little bit of a problem too. I don't know if I turn it sideways, if you can see how far it's cut in. You can't probably see it. I don't know that you guys can see it because the needle's in the way. But I think, let me grab my Centro and look at it. I'm going to compare them for myself while we're on the live here. And that's one thing you won't have with an Addy is you're not, because the feeder's going to be different. Yeah, see, this one is not, it's kind of bad though too, not going to lie. Yeah, that one's kind of bad too. I need to replace probably both of them. This one actually looks a little worse, but it doesn't have the sharpness that this other one does. So I think that might be hanging up my yarn a little bit. Yeah. So, yeah. There's no stopping them from wearing. When it's plastic, it's going to wear. Let me put this up here. Hold on. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun, right? I could, yeah. Debbie says, could I file that down? I probably could. But the thing is, if I want to get it to where I'm not dealing with the possibility of a drop when the yarn isn't sitting out there far enough. So I probably need to just replace it. Barbara says, do you have any tips on keeping your machines on the table? The suckers don't work well. I do. I don't know if you saw, Barbara, but all of my Centro type machines are mounted to a wood panel like this. This is just a craft canvas wood panel. You can get it at, I think I ended up at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if Joann's has, these are 12 by 12. For the 40 pin machine, I have it on a 10 by 10, but I would probably put it on a 12 by 12 because it's a little tight down here. But I have them all on these, and then I hang them on the wall on a command strip or command hook, like the jumbo canvas hanger is what I use. But I will tell you, if you like, I do this and then I clamp them down with C-clamps to whatever surface. Like I clamp them down because it makes a huge difference. If you have to hold your machine, it's tough. I get it. It's tough. If you don't have a way to secure your machine, some people get the suction cups to work and they get them to work well. I was never able to do that because I didn't really have a good surface to suction them down to. So my first, like, if you get a machine, the first thing I will tell you is figure out a way to get it. If it's a 48 pin or a 40 pin or any of the Centro type machines, I'd get a way to get it, like, you know, hooked down, because otherwise you're going to fight the machine. All right. Okay, guys. Well, that's all I got for you today. Thank you, Judith. Thank you. We got it finished. That's important. And there's no drop stitches. There might be a tuck hidden in there somewhere, but no drop stitches. Right back. Just had to put my roast chicken dinner in the oven. Tina's doing some fancy cooking today. All right, guys. What did Shauna say? I want to say we have an account, but not under Fiber Arts. I can open other countries and Etsy, just not home right now to check. Oh, okay. So Shauna's saying to those who were curious about shipping to other countries, just check with her at Southpaw Fiber Arts, because she can check on her Etsy account and see. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you for being here with me. And again, make sure, if you're not signed up for the CranKnit network, make sure to go visit thehoopandhome.com, and it's right up in the, or if you're on the or on your mobile, you can look in the like, what do I want to say, the little I always say a little hamburger, but the 3 lines, click on that, go to CranKnit network, click on the CranKnit network, whatever that link thing there, or you can just type in hoopandhome.com/CranKnit network. Fill out the information there, throw your email in, answer those few questions, and then you'll get the invite. Get in there, because we're going to be giving away that I got it right here. We're going to be giving away one of these goodies that Wendy donated. So we'll be doing that Thursday at 3 p.m. So I'll be live again on Thursday at noon. So come back here and we'll hang out. We'll do a little coffee and chat time. I'm going to order, once I get off here, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to order one of the replacements for this, the guide. And then I'll have to share with y'all how that turns out. So I'm knocking all my stuff over. Look at my Yoda. I'm like smushing your face, baby. All right, guys. So I will let you go. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all of you who helped with the live today. Thank you to my moderators. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you. And remember, thank you, Molly, for this. Remember, stay cranky, guys. So I'll see you later. Hopefully I'll see you on Thursday. Make sure you join the network. I'll see ya. Have a good one. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye. Have a good day. Go make something. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Bye.